The Papua New Guinea Prime Minister James Marape says his government remains steadfast and undeterred amid the threat of a vote of no confidence next week. The opposition has indicated that it is likely to file a motion next week after unsuccessful attempts to do so in a brief parliamentary session in February. Marape said despite the hype around the vote, his administration is undeterred. The title or position of Prime Minister is not my birthright, as I have said many times. If there's anyone else out there who is better than me, then they can take over. I'm only doing my part in the time that I am here, he said. The Prime Minister said the government's numbers are secure as they prepare for the expected vote, with PNG Party retaining the backing of 59 members and its coalition supporters remain intact, while the opposition can muster 20 members of parliament at this point. Marape welcomed any challenges from the opposition or other opposing parties outside of parliament, emphasizing their right to hold the government accountable as part of the democratic process and freedom of expression. The opposition leader Douglas Tamarizia said they have been told by the Speaker that they can file the no-confidence motion next Tuesday, the 28th of May, but he said they will bide their time to assess the political maneuvering over the next few days. He said in PNG politics anything can happen within 24 hours. Tamarizia said the opposition's concerns include the controversial Gold Corporation Bill, the inability of the current government to tackle the lawlessness in the country, and the runaway cost of living. We all know very well the forex foreign exchange issues facing the country. The hike of goods, a good example. 3 weeks ago a bag of Trukai rice was going at 45 kina. Currently it is going around 55, 56 kina, and prices continue to rise and our people in Papua New Guinea have really struggled, he said. He also raised the ongoing issues with fuel shortages and noted the impact on both domestic and international air travelers. Emmanuel Pak, the Registrar of Political Parties in Papua New Guinea, has emphasized that anything can happen during a vote of no confidence in Parliament. Despite official party affiliations, members of Parliament are free to vote independently, he noted. Pak made these comments following the release of the list of MPs by political parties, dated April 30th. The Office of the Registry updates this list at the start and end of each month. Despite 3 MPs resigning from State Enterprises Minister William Duma's United Resources Party, Keitha Duhuhiri Koyari, Mazo Huabi Middle Fly, and William Hagahu no Kanantu, they are still listed under the party, Pak said. He also mentioned Deputy Opposition Leader James Nomarne, who remains listed under the PNG Party despite indications of a departure. When an MP leaves a party, he has to write to the party and officially resign. The concerned party will then write to our office, stating that he is no longer a member. Only then can we update the list and remove them from the party listing, Pak explained. Pak clarified that MPs retain the freedom to vote according to their own conscience during a vote of no confidence. Due to the 2010 Supreme Court decision, MPs are free to vote independently during a vote of no confidence, he stated. So anything can happen on the floor of Parliament next week. Meanwhile, former Papua New Guinea Prime Minister Peter O'Neill says the planned motion of no confidence against his successor James Marape should be allowed to proceed next week as required in the Constitution. There is nothing to be fearful of. Let the motion proceed, O'Neill said in a statement. The Constitution supports a proper vote when our country has no faith in the leadership of the Prime Minister. I am a living example of this process and remain an active and citizen-driven leader of my people, despite resigning in the face of a challenge to my leadership. The opposition MPs are confident that their motion for a vote of no confidence submitted in the February sitting would be actioned in the next sitting starting on Tuesday. During the February sitting, the opposition submitted the motion 3 times to Parliament's Private Business Committee but were rejected for various reasons. Prime Minister James Marape advised the opposition MPs, if they want to move the motion, to do so by Wednesday as Parliament would sit for only 2 weeks in June. You only have next Wednesday for the committee to deliberate on it. If you want it to be on the notice paper on Thursday, Marape said.